Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. Today I want to talk to you about crop circles, but more importantly, one of the most famous crop circles in history that is said to be an alien response and reply to a message that was sent out by scientists in 1974. So, a little background here. In 1974, scientists sent a message, and that message you are seeing on the screen here. They sent this message out into space containing the location of planet Earth in the solar system, our DNA structure, and a bunch of other relevant details to our place in space and about our planet. And in 2001, we received back what looks like a response. So, in 1974, Carl Sagan, and I'm sure you all know who Carl Sagan is, and for those of you who don't, Carl Sagan was an American astronomer, cosmologist, astrophysicist, astrobiologist, author, science communicator, as well as a TV show host, who is best known for his research into extraterrestrials. And so in 1974, he sent a broadcast signal out into space known as the Arecibo message, and it was sent out via radio waves. This broadcast was, at the time, the most powerful radio broadcast ever sent into space by anybody, and was 1,000,000 times stronger than that of a typical radio or television transmission to a star cluster located over 25,000 light years away. Now, the original Arecibo transmission that you're seeing here, which is this black and white graphic of binary code, beamed at a star cluster called M-13, basically is broken down like this. It describes how we count from 1 to 10. It describes 5 atoms that we think are interesting or important, including hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus. It describes some of the ways we put these atoms together that we think are interesting or important. The molecules thymine, adenine, guanine, and cytosine, and a chain composed of alternating sugars and phosphates. It also shows a picture of our DNA, comprised of about 4 billion links in the chain, as well as the double helix. It also describes, using a little creature at the center of the message, as being 5 feet, inches tall, then describing that there are about 4 billion of these creatures on the 3rd planet from our star, and that there are 9 planets altogether, 4 big ones toward the outside, and 1 little one at the extremity. And lastly, it's described that the message is brought to you courtesy of a radio telescope 2,430 wavelengths or 1,004 feet in diameter. So, we sent this message out, and I really want you to take a good look at this image and the details of this message that we sent out. So, years went by, nothing happened. However, in 2001, it is believed that we got a response back. And this was approximately 27 years later, when this crop circle that you're seeing in this image here appeared and shook the scientific community. Now, this crop circle and pattern appeared on a crop field next to the United Kingdom's Chilbolton radio telescope grounds in Hampshire, England, which is also the UK's largest telescope and observatory, with the world's largest fully steerable meteorological radar is located. And if you look at this message in this crop circle, you'll notice it looks almost identical to the original message that was sent out 27 years prior. And this is considered by many to be one of the most impressive crop circles ever. And it's very hard to dismiss it as a hoax, seeing as that after careful analysis, it was found to carry a message, or better yet, a response to the original message that was sent out. And it was also proven that there was no unusual activity that was seen the morning in the field that this crop circle appeared, and that Chilbolton does have security cameras, and that these cameras also captured nothing unusual. And what was so strange about this first circle that appeared, actually multiple crop circles appeared within this time frame. The first one that appeared was a fractal crop glyph that you're seeing here, which appeared next to the Chilbolton radio telescope. So then, approximately a year later, an even stranger glyph appeared of a face bearing a striking resemblance to the July 1976 Viking image of the famous face on Mars. And here you're seeing a side-by-side comparison of that face with the Cydonia image of the face on Mars, courtesy of the Enterprise mission. So, just 5 days after this very strange glyph appeared of this face, a very different, but nonetheless amazing glyph appeared, materialized in the same field, just a few hundred feet from the face. But the second glyph, which was at first dubbed the Persian carpet, had a much more compelling story to tell, and that is that this glyph was a, quote, dead ringer to the original message composed and sent from the Arecibo radio telescope in 1974. Sent, again, 27 years before and thousands of miles away from this field here in the UK. Now, you're seeing the two messages side by side, the one that was sent and the one that was received in this field. And you'll notice that some of the things in the response here, the so-called response, are a bit different from the original message. And it's noted that in this new response, the decimal equivalents of the binary code were unchanged from the original Arecibo original. However, the atomic numbers of the elements composing the basis of life had been altered. Silicon, an element with an atomic number of 14, was added precisely in the correct sequence between oxygen and phosphorus. The new message also added an extra strand of DNA to the original. The intricate reply also gave a much more detailed diagram of the telescope indicated at the base of the reply in the original. And something else that's very interesting on this reply is that in this glyph, it is showing us how our solar system used to be. Where in this new glyph, it states that the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter used to be a planet, and that Earth, Mars, and that planet were inhabited at the time. So, there is so much more information to talk about regarding this new glyph, and the fact that it really does look like a response to the original 1974 message. And I'm going to put some links down in the video description that will allow you to read further. Again, I could do an hour video on this, but I want you to be able to go out there and do your research, read up for yourself. That's one of the fun things of doing this research. I'm just the messenger. I will let you visit the links down in the video description. This is an amazing story, very enigmatic, and it's just one of my favorite topics and mysteries to talk about in this research. So again, let me know what you guys think. Check out the links, go learn some more, and be sure to stay tuned because I've got a lot more coming. And also, I want to wish you all a very happy 4th of July. I am going to be setting off my own fireworks tonight. I drove across state lines to purchase some of the really good fireworks because they aren't allowed in the state where I am unless I just want sparklers or something like that. But anyway, have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you back soon with much, much more. Stay safe, guys.